Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Extra Point. Zach's still over here upset about his Steelers. He's still wearing his regalia.
I'll support him, win, lose, whatever.
And we'll talk about that game.
We will, unfortunately.
But before we talk about football, let's talk basketball.
Let's do it.
I guess I'll go first since I got a little bit more to talk about. Franklin County basketball, men's and women. So far, the men have struggled this year. They're 3-11. This is normally Callie's forte.
Yeah,
she's still doing well. We expect her back first around February, maybe.
Somewhere in February. That's
Okay.
all I know.
But the men right now, and we get these records sometimes. So don't always hold us if we're not exactly right. But I have them at 3-11, 0-4 in the district. The next game is against Shelbyville, who is 1-16.
You sure they're gonna play it? No.
It'll be Friday. I think
it
roads
should
are
be
okay.
cleared up by then.
Yeah. Let's see. They won their first game. They had 10-game losing streak mid-season, but since they've gone 2-1. So it's getting a little better for them. The women, on the other hand, they're doing much better. They're 10-5 overall.
Good.
I think 2-2 in the district. They are on a 4-game win streak, and they've won 7 out of their last 10. So that's not too bad. They also will be playing Shelbyville, but that girls' team is a pretty good team because that team is 6-0 in the district.
Yes, it is.
So with Huntland, let's see. We have the men that are 3-15, and it's kind of maybe other than Tullahoma, the men on this side are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-15, 0-4 in the district. They lost to Moore County Monday night. Next up is Cornersville, and the Huntland men are currently on a 4-game losing streak. They just can't seem to get in rhythm.
Nope.
The women are doing much better as well. They're 10-8, 3-1 in district play. They lost to Moore County Monday night. The Moore County girls.
I was going to say it's a pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, they are good basketball team. However, they are 6-4 over their last 10, and of course they play at Cornersville, but that game is Cornersville's 15-2. So that's going to be a tough
matchup. Yeah.
You want to talk Coffee County or Tullahoma real quick?
Sure. I guess we'll talk Tullahoma real quick. The girls' team is coming off of a 67-62 win over Lawrence County on Monday night, and that was a good, solid win for Coach for that team. That was a tremendous victory. The way that they were able to kind of take control in the second half or toward the end of the first quarter and sustain that advantage throughout the second quarter and just keep on holding that lead. That was a good one. Fortunately for the boys, they were met with their third straight loss. They've been in ball games all game long, particularly last week, losing a couple heartbreakers, one to Smyrna and then one to Coffee County right after that. And they cut it to a 2-point game against Lawrence County on Monday night. Just weren't able to get over that hump early in the fourth quarter. Ended up losing 57-49. So at some point they're going to bounce back and get a win, but it's been a good season so far, and they have a chance to avenge an early season loss on Saturday when both teams will head down to Cascade. Should be a win. The girls team got to win the first time Cascade and Tullahoma faced off, but boys unfortunately lost their game to Cascade, so they'll be looking to get some revenge down at their place on Saturday. So hopefully they'll be able to get some. Coffee County on the other end is coming off of a district play. The girls end up snapping a 15-game winning streak, I believe it was, with a loss to Shelbyville, 53-50. As you mentioned, Shelbyville's got a pretty good team this season.
Yeah, I can see that being a good matchup come tournament time.
Yep. And the boys are actually coming off of a 47-34 victory over Shelbyville, so they continue to remain undefeated against district play. So
Coffee County seems to have a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, they got two pretty good teams this year, it looks like. So both teams are scrappy from what I hear. I didn't get a chance to watch Tullahoma and Coffee County last week. I was sick during that game, so I didn't make the trip down to Manchester. But I was listening to it on the radio, and they got some pretty good scrappy teams. I mean, Tullahoma jumped out to, I think it was an 18-4 lead after the first quarter, and Coffee County just found a way to chip away at that advantage the entire game. So
Well, it sounds like the Tullahoma men need to to learn how to close out some games, maybe.
It's
finish.
lack of experience too. You got to
Yeah.
remember how far this program's turned around in the last 2 years alone. So I mean, this is a program back in 2013, 14 that didn't have a win at all, and won 3 games I think the following year. So they're still.
So you changed the mentality to learn how to win, but now maybe you got to teach them how to finish.
Yeah. At this point. You know how to win games and blowouts.
Know
Now
what
you
it
got to
takes.
be how to finish these games now.
Well, and we'll actually talk about that, about finishing here in a minute. Moore County, the men, once again, are struggling. They're 4-14 overall. However, they are 2-1 in district. They got their second district win over Huntland, and that was Monday night before the snow. So now they have 2 wins in a row. So they're on a little bit of a win streak. They go to Eagleville this Friday, and Eagleville is 9-8, and the girls, of course, will be at Eagleville as well, playing an 11-6 Eagleville team. Those women are pretty good. Their record is 13-5, 3-0 in district. They're on a 5-game winning streak, as far as I know, and they're 7-3 in their last 10 games. So, if you saw a rhythm there, versus maybe over here with Tullahoma, these 3 teams, the girls, and even Coffee County, the girls are doing well in our region. So
they are.
that's always a positive. Are there any local shout-outs, Zach?
I want to give a huge shout-out to the Tullahoma High School boys bowling team. They're headed back to the state tournament for the second year in a row after making it to the state tournament for the first time last year. They did it again on Monday with a 16.5 to 10.5 victory over McMinn County in Athens on Monday. So congrats, guys, on that. That's a huge deal. Their state tournament gets underway on Friday up in Smyrna. So if you want to go catch some good bowling, head out there. And the state tournament is scheduled to conclude on Saturday. So it's a good time. Go out and you'll see some premier bowling in the state. It really is kind of exciting to go watch those teams perform.
Bowling
Bowling
is exciting.
It is, believe it or not. So it's competitive.
It is competitive, and congratulations to those guys. They've done a great job to the team and the coach.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's talk SEC football. You ready?
SEC football or
Oh
basketball?
no, we're going to talk basketball. That's right. We're going to talk balls. The men are actually have a 12-4 record. Well, they may have played last night. I didn't watch the game. So as of Monday, they had a 12-4 record. They were picked 13 out of 14 in the SEC to finish.
Yeah.
And they're sitting in the ranked right now.
Yeah, they're overachieving. It's just they're unexpectedly overachieving at this point.
Yeah, so Barnes has really helped turn that team around.
Yeah, I thought whenever they made that hire, that would be a tremendous hire. He just got stagnant down there in Texas, so they just weren't. I mean, they were consistently good, but they were consistently doing the same thing over and over again. That just got too complacent there.
Well, and in basketball, you just kind of have to be consistently good and have a really good season.
Well,
every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and
because the big dance, I mean, it's really hard to win that.
Oh yeah.
So, but just to give you a quick before we go to the girls, let's see. UT's 4 losses on the season have come against number 1 Villanova, number 18 North Carolina, number 24 Auburn, and they had an away loss to Arkansas, which is a scrappy team.
It includes former Motlow guard Jalen Barford.
Yeah, well, and also they had leads against Villanova, double digits, against North Carolina. They just didn't finish.
Yep.
They also had a lead against Auburn and collapsed in the second half. And as well against Arkansas, they had a pretty big lead. So they, are learning how to finish as well.
Right.
But kudos to them for right now because they're ranked 23rd in the country.
Yep.
Would you like to talk about the women?
Sure. The women are 16-1 on the season right now. That's an incredible start.
Unless they lost last night.
Excuse me for that one, so I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, well, I write this out on Monday, and then we had some snow days.
Yeah, I kind of haven't been paying attention to college basketball much. So, as you mentioned here in your notes, that they'll be facing Notre Dame coming up soon, and then number 4 Mississippi State after that. So that'll be no, that's all I got to say about that. That'll be a tough little stretch for them during that run, and then.
Well, they had wins over number 9 North Carolina
and number 2 Texas.
The Vols men lost
Oh yeah, they did lose to Missouri. That
Yeah.
Missouri's a pretty good basketball team though. So
Let's see. The women may have not played yet. No, they don't play yet.
okay, then
They
next
play today. No.
they play. I don't know when that says they play.
Well, we are really winging it right
yeah,
now.
we are definitely winging it right now.
So, but anyway, let's talk the NFL.
Something I know a little bit better.
I think we kind of expected the Titans to lose. I mean,
Yeah, we did.
but
I think we were both hoping that they would stay competitive. And
Well, I don't think the referees helped them out.
well, yeah, but you can't let that just totally kill you. I mean,
You
obviously
can't against
that.
the Patriots team.
Oh, you can. So that offensive pass interference call on Eric Decker was absolutely atrocious. That was a terrible call. But
Well, you go back
calls
to
in these games are going to go against your ways of touch. You
Yeah.
cannot allow it just to
even go back
get you
to,
down like it did.
What about the false start that's being called by the back judge? The
Yeah,
false
it was
start. There's
terrible.
two
I mean-
guys on the line that don't call the false start.
I mean, I tweeted about it too. I'm tired of the Patriots getting these extra calls. So,
I mean, that was
the
a
benefit
big-
of the doubt every
That
time
was a
that they.
big play.
It was,
I mean,
yeah.
the Decker one didn't wind up being as big. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it did
was.
lead to a touchdown.
Yeah.
It may have led to a touchdown. That led to a touchdown, and then I mean, I figured they were going to lose anyway.
Yeah,
So I'm not.
but
gonna
you
blame
just want to say
call.
it was competitive.
Yeah. And it didn't help.
No,
It just
no,
didn't
it
help.
didn't.
Well, the Titans parted ways with Mike Mularkey. Was that a good? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, this is interesting. I didn't because obviously there was the talk that they had reached an agreement with him, but then it comes down to the fact that he didn't want to fire any of the staff. So I guess congrats on being loyal, but not so congrats on the fact that you needed to change because there's no doubt about it that the thing that hurt the Titans this season was its offense. I mean, defense played pretty well for the most part during the regular season, but the offense was just stagnant, and Mularkey's refusal to make changes to that offensive staff was just mind-boggling. Why? Why? You need somebody that's going to fit better with Marcus Mariota. You need somebody that's going to make play calls to make that quarterback stand out. And none of that happened this year. And, of course, the wide receivers position was a mess all season, whether it was drop passes, running wrong routes. That's the biggest thing on the offense that drove me nuts the entire time this season watching the Titans was the receiving core. Obviously it's very young with some young players, but there still needs to be better coaching on that side of the ball.
Well, but right now they're going out and looking at pretty much everyone as an offensive coordinator. So what are they trying to find someone that'll be Marcus Mariota's perfect fit, but you're going after somebody that don't even have proven coaching experience.
Exactly. This is kind of the thing.
So-
I don't know. I don't know who becomes the next Titans head coach. I think they need. I saw where they were going after Houston's defensive coordinator. I'm blanking on his name, but he had the Patriots connection. Mike Vrabel was his name, but they need an offensive line guy. They need somebody who's going to make Marcus Mariota go. And that's what they need to find is somebody on the offensive end.
Well, because in a couple of seasons, Marcus Mariota, he has his worst season so far this year.
This was his worst season so far.
If he follows it up with another bad season or even yet another bad season, then you have to start looking for another
quarterback. Exactly.
So, but anyway, we need to move on. Did you watch the Minnesota game?
Oh, yeah, I watched that Minnesota game. Did you watch that Minnesota
Here,
game?
let me try to tackle you. Oh.
Yeah, that was a heck of an ending. One that made me say some few words to the TV.
It was a great ending.
Oh, it was
but
a fabulous ending.
I don't
So,
know how. I mean, I think I said last week that I thought the Saints was the dangerous team,
Yeah,
and they should have won that game.
should have.
What was the defensive back thinking?
I
Or
really,
safety?
I really don't even want to speculate on what he was thinking. So because there's so many things that he could have. I've heard that he was trying to avoid the pass interference call and somehow missed the tackle. I don't know. We should have taken it. If that was the case, you take the penalty and see what happens at that point.
Worst tackle ever.
Worst attempt at a tackle
Yeah,
ever
what he-
because he took
yeah.
out the safety or the safety or
Yeah.
the safety took out the corner.
Yeah, you're right. Worst attempt because it wasn't even close to a tackle. Jags upset your Steelers. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, 45-42. God, how do you lose a game whenever you give up 38 points to a Blake Bortles-led offense? That's what's inexcusable to me, in my opinion.
Well,
You
Bortles
lose a
had a
game.
good game.
he had a good game, and not taken away from that. But good gosh, was Pittsburgh's defense a mess during that game? It was absolutely atrocious.
He's going to have to follow up that great game he had with another great game.
Yes, he will. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Will the Jags give the Patriots? I mean, yeah, I know what you've written down here, but you tell our followers or our readers what you think. Look,
Well,
I'm getting comments. My daughter apparently is watching.
Well, I am going to go out on a limb and say, yes, the Jaguars give the Patriots a run for the money, and maybe this is me being optimistic and not wanting to see Brady in the Super Bowl again. I'm going to say the Jaguars pull the upset in this one. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game like 45-42, but I could definitely see Jacksonville's defense getting to Tom Brady and create this secondary for Jacksonville is absolutely incredible. I mean, you see them give up 42 points to Pittsburgh, but you also look at the receiving core that Pittsburgh has. I'm sorry, Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, Juju Smith-Schuster, those are some premier talents, and Antonio Brown is probably the best wide receiver in football today, making two incredible fourth down touchdown catches. So I don't think that they're going to be able to – I don't think the Patriots have the wide receiver core that the Steelers do, and I see the Jaguars giving Brady fits. Maybe that's me being optimistic, but –
And I'm fixing to give my 2 cents, but right now I'm going to say hi to my wife because she's watching. My daughter, hi, honey.
And I was going to, Ms. Crownover mentioned that I was going to talk to that in our show that way, but East versus West tonight goes on at Tullahoma High School at 6 p.m. Varsity games start at 6 p.m. So it's a big rivalry in the town.
Yes, it is, until they come together all at high school.
Yep.
All right. Well, Zach's predictions for the Super Bowl are the Jags and the
I
Vikings.
forgot to mention the Vikings. Yeah, I think the Vikings will go into Philly and get that win. So, and I think it'd be really cool because you never had a team that's hosted the Super Bowl in its home stadium. So that'll be pretty cool to see the Vikings
and
do that.
maybe God is on the Vikings side because
after last game, yeah,
because somebody pushed that safety into the side. I think the Pats are going to beat the Jags. I think their Cinderella playoff run is going to come to an end. And I think the Vikings actually can pull the win over. You can't discount the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, absolutely not. Not with
Foles
that defense.
had a great season a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
I don't really know why he's not a quarterback, particularly somewhere else.
I don't know either.
But anyway, I think the Pats and the Vikings are going to match up in the Super Bowl. I'm not picking a winner yet because we'll pick that when we find out who's in the Super Bowl.
Here's hoping I'm right.
All right. Yeah, I hope you're right. Anyway, I guess that's enough NFL football. Let's talk briefly about the Predators hockey. They played Tuesday night. They won. Their record is now 26-11-6. They play tonight versus the Arizona Coyotes. They've got some injuries there on the Predators team. Philip Forsberg, one of their key starters, is out for a few weeks. Victor Arvidsson, which was one of their starters, runs a line. I don't know if you could always say they're starters. He was put on the IR for a short period of time. They expect him maybe just to miss a couple of games, as well as Ryan Johansson. Actually, he got his bell rung pretty good in Tuesday night's game, and the coach was none too happy.
No, I can imagine.
Penalty call on that one. But anyway, if you get a chance, go out and support your local hockey team. Right now, they're sitting in second place in the Western Conference. And if anybody ever follows hockey, the Western Conference is a beast.
Yep.
They are actually 3 games played behind the first place team, so there's definitely ground that they can make up. And with that being said, I guess that's about to end our show. You got anything else you want to add? Get out and go see that East-West rivalry.
That's exactly what I was going to go say. Is go out, check out some good basketball tonight. You got East versus West, and
that game is going to go on. No cancellations.
No cancellations at this point, and with the roads that I've been out there, they should be fine. So that game is happening. Varsity games get underway at 6 p.m. So go out and check out some good basketball game and a good rivalry.
Most Friday night games should probably take off. Is there anything about Montlow maybe we need to touch on?
They do start back up conference play on Friday. I can't recall who they're playing off the top of my head, but it'll be at home, so go check out that as well.
So we got some good action going around basketball-wise. I saw where somebody got 100 wins.
Actually, that's another shout out too. Is Coach Al Morris with the wrestling team up to 102 wins on his career at Tullahoma High School. So congrats, wrestling head coach Al Morris on that. That's a pretty good feat.
So folks, get out and support local sports, be it college level, be it high school level. Support our local teams in Nashville, and hey, have a great rest of the week. It's Friday Eve.
It is. It's almost the weekend.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks.